Hi, so I'm back with the next category of the modals, that is should, must, and ought to. Like, I want to tell you, many of you get confused with the usage of should because you get confused with should and would. I have seen many writings and many people speaking should at inappropriate places. So, the modals usage need to be appropriate. Should is for suggestions. When you have to suggest somebody, for example, teachers or your parents, they suggest you. They say that you should work hard, you should get good marks. Okay, so that is their suggestion to you that you should do it. That is a kind of normal suggestion that you even use for your friends, like in an informal way also and formal way as well. Should is a kind of suggestion. Next we have is must. Must comes with an obligation that you must do it, because that is something that you must do it, otherwise something worse will happen. Okay, so there we use must. Next we have is ought to. Now ought to is something which is not very commonly used because it is not even taught very commonly. But ought to again lies in the same category, but ought to has a condition with it. Like if I say it is raining outside, so you ought to drive slow. Ought to drive slow means otherwise you might have an accident, otherwise you might fall down. Or I can even say it's raining heavily, so you ought to take your umbrella, right? So ought to comes with a condition. Like if you will not do it, this will happen. Okay, like you ought to do it, else there would be some worse consequences of the thing. So that is where we use ought to. Next I have is have to and need to, which are quite different from the other ones. Have to is not like should. Should is a suggestion. Have to is a kind of command. Like you have to do it. Okay. When parents tell their kids that you have to do it, otherwise you might have to face some consequences which are not good for you. So you have to do it when you don't have any other option. So there we use have to. For example, a child, a student of 10th standard, he has failed in one subject but he has passed in all other subjects. But there is a condition that if he will not pass in that subject, he will fail the whole standard, right? The whole of his semester he will fail. So there we use have to. For example, the parents say you have to pass, you have to clear this exam, otherwise you will fail the whole class, the whole semester. Okay, so there we use have to when we don't have a lot of options left. Need to is again a kind of suggestions, but we say like you need to do it. Like there is some kind of duty, okay, that you need to obey your parents. That is your duty. Okay, so kind of duty. We can also use should, but it's good to use need to as well. So there is an alternative to that, right? So this is about modals. There are different categories of modals. You need to understand. If you have any queries, you can comment me in that under the video. Okay, and do subscribe, like my channel, and do share it with your friends and family, right? And I'll be coming up with more of the grammar things for you guys. Thank you.